the Sun. Sorry, Lakers and the Nuggets. My God, my apologies. As you guys know, the defending champion Nuggets kicked off the season last night with a victory over the LA Lakers. Denver Nuggets won by a score of 119 to 107. Denver was led by no surprise here, right? Another balanced attack. Aaron Gordon had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Michael Porter Jr. had 12 points, 12 rebounds. Jokic had 29 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, another double-double. Jamal Murray had 21 points and 6 assists and 2 rebounds. KCP had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. Reggie Jackson came off the bench and had 8 points and 3 rebounds. And Chris Braun had 5 points and 3 rebounds and 2 assists. So, listen, it was a balanced attack for Denver, and that's nothing new. That's nothing new with Denver. If we look at the Lakers, obviously Austin Reeves had 14 points and 8 rebounds, 4 assists. D'Angelo Russell had 11 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Taurean Prince had 18 points and 3 assists. LeBron James had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And Anthony Davis had 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. However, all of his points came in the first half. He did not score in the second half. And if I'm the Lakers, that is a cause for concern for me, because something we talked about before the season started was that LeBron James can no longer be the best player on a championship team. LeBron James isn't at a point in his career where he can be the best player on the championship team, which means that now Anthony Davis has to elevate himself and add dimension to his game to where he can be the best player on the championship team, both in terms of his skill and in terms of his leadership as well. And that was the biggest question mark for Anthony Davis coming into the season, and honestly throughout the course of his career, was can he actually be a number one option? And I told you guys that at this point in time, no, but I think he has the potential to be, but right now he's not. And less about his skill, but more so about his leadership qualities and his consistency and his level of play. And this is so ironic and coincidental, more so coincidental than ironic, that Anthony Davis started out the season like this by not scoring in the second half, because it really just answers and validates the concerns and questions that people had about his ability to be a primary option. And this is not going to work for the Lakers. Anthony Davis only scoring 17 points, not scoring at all in the second half, is not going to work for the Lakers, and is not going to be conducive for them winning a championship, because you're asking too much of LeBron at this point in his career to be the primary option. It's not possible. You can't do it. This is why you traded for Anthony Davis, because when LeBron was ready to segue out and transition from the primary to secondary option, you had someone with enough talent and athleticism and capability to say, okay, here's our number one option. But now what we're seeing is Anthony Davis can't do that yet. He's not capable of doing that. He's not capable of being the primary option yet. And so what happens is, the longer it takes for Anthony Davis to become the primary option and become the best player on the championship team, the longer the Lakers are going to struggle, and they will struggle if this is the case. And there's a lot of talent though on the Lakers. I just named out the starting five, but Rui Hachimura still came off the bench, had 6 points and 3 rebounds. Christian Wood played well, 7 points. Cam Reddish played well, also 7 points and 4 rebounds. Jackson Hayes played well on the defensive end. Gabe Vincent played well, also had 6 points and 2 assists and 1 rebound. What I look for though in the Lakers, first of all, I still think that they should have kept Schroeder instead of re-signing D'Lo. I know financially it was easier to keep D'Lo, but I do think Schroeder was a better option, and I still think he is a better option. But I understand financially why you had to keep D'Lo. I think you want to use Gabe Vincent more. I would play Gabe Vincent more. I would play Gabe Vincent more because it adds another shooting threat for the Lakers, which is something that last night even they struggled with. They shot 10-29 for the 3-point line, which is right at 34%, which isn't terrible, but when you're going up against the Nuggets team that shot 41% from the 3-point line, it's hard to contest with that. And the Lakers, they did out rebound the Nuggets though by 2. The Lakers had 44 rebounds, the Nuggets had 42, which isn't necessarily too bad. It's not it's good. It's something the Lakers do well. They've always been good at rebounding. But like I said, the big thing right here is Anthony Davis not scoring in the second half. Anthony Davis has to take that next step in order to show the Lakers that he can be the best player on the championship team. Because now what happens is you start thinking to yourself, okay, if Anthony Davis can be the best player on the championship team, what do we do now moving forward once LeBron leaves? Do we scratch and rebuild, or do we trade and go hunting for a guy that can be the best player on the championship team? These are some questions the Lakers might have to start thinking about. I know it's very early, first game of the season, but I was not listen. And I know I don't want to be someone that harps too much on one performance, but you're only as good as your last performance. You're only as good as your last performance, and the beauty of that though is you get to update your resume again in 2 nights. But LeBron James cannot be the best player on the championship team at this point in his career. So the Lakers need Anthony Davis to step up and be more consistent with his level of play, but also step up in terms of his leadership quality and how he carries himself. Not how he carries himself, but how he leads his teammates. And that's with consistency, that's with communication, but consistency with his level of play is huge. It's a big one. But let me know what you guys think in the chat room. What do you guys think about this performance right here? Did anything surprise you? Did anything stand out to you? And are we reading too much into it? Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the chat room. But in our next segment, guys, we are just going to be discussing the recent news of Giannis Antetokounmpo re-signing that extension and what that actually means for Milwaukee moving forward. So be sure to stick around for that, guys. You're not going to miss it. I'll be right back.